Surprise, surprise, Kaya immediately gets into the water. Last night was by far the coldest night of the trip so far. It was so cold that at one point I took my quilt out and I covered Kaya with it because I woke up and I was like, whoa, it's cold. And she was not under the blanket. And typically she hates being covered by anything unless it's really cold. And she kind of burrowed under, which means it was cold. We're up at, I think, 7,100 feet right now. So as you could imagine, it gets cold up here this time of year. I love being able to hang up my clothing that's supposed to be hung up, as opposed to just like folding everything and throwing it in drawers or cabinets or whatever. It is nice to have a little miniature hanging closet. What an absolutely gorgeous day. Got the power station charging up. This thing is almost dead, and so is my other one. So we're having kind of a slow morning, letting this charge up. And let's see where we're at right now. 39%, that's not horrible. 122 watts coming in. All right, I'll take it. It's been cloudy on and off this morning, so I wasn't expecting the power station to really get that much charge in a quick matter of time, but that's not bad. 39%. I think when we started it was at like, I don't know, 19% or something. But unfortunately, the outlet in my truck is no longer working. One of them. I was charging it on my second outlet because I do have two outlets, and the second outlet also blew a fuse. So I'm thinking that there's something about trying to charge the power station with the normal cigarette plug that the truck isn't liking, so it's blowing fuses. Now I did replace the fuse for that outlet and it works again, so I could still charge it on my phone and stuff like that while I'm driving. But I think I've given up on plugging the power station into the outlet until I get something like, you know, the Bluetti Charger One or some sort of DC to DC power solution. For now, we're gonna have to just, whoa, come on, don't do this to me. Oh, it's the worst. I had a big sneeze and it just went away. Anyways, for now, we're gonna have to rely on the power of the sun. All right, so we're currently in the El Dorado National Forest, which is just outside of Lake Tahoe. And I've never been to this area before, but so far I'm very impressed. And I basically, after the whole mammoth situation, I was trying to figure out an alternative plan and another area to go explore. So we turned around, started heading north, and discovered this region. And here we are. My parents are actually going to be visiting in Oregon in less than a week. So I'm actually kind of on my way back home now. Kind of sad to say, but it's been a good trip. And once they're done visiting, I have more fun trips planned. So yeah, I don't think we're getting too much solar anymore. Looks like we got enough charge for the next couple days. So let's go ahead and pack this up and get out of here. Go find something to do. Well, howdy. I interrupt the video with a brief message from today's sponsor, Tecovas. These right here are my Tecovas long haul waterproof mock composite toe work boots, and not only do they look amazing, but they're also handcrafted with all premium materials. Whether I'm out chopping wood for a campfire, or I'm at home working on the truck in the driveway, having a tough pair of rugged work boots that could handle whatever task I throw at them is extremely useful for my lifestyle. With each pair of Tecovas boots, you could expect premium quality and a timeless Western style. Each pair is made by hand in over 200 individual steps, and they're always made with premium cowhides and exotic leathers. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about Tecovas is they're well known to be super comfortable right out of the box. That means you don't have to worry about long break-in periods wearing uncomfortable, stiff boots. You just take them out of the box, throw them on, and you're good to go. Tecovas also offers complimentary branding and leather stamping if you want to personalize your boots or other fine leather goods. Now, if you want to learn more or you're interested in purchasing a pair for yourself, go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen. There will also be a link in the description box down below. Thank you so much to Tecovas for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, let's get back to it. So we're actually gonna spend the night in this area again tonight. And yesterday I drove like 40 minutes up a mountain to get up here, so I don't wanna drive all the way back down to the main highway. And looking at my map, I saw that there's a lake up here in the area. I have no idea, I have no information about the lake at all other than seeing it on the map. So I figure we might as well go check that out. That actually looks like a really good camp spot over there. Depending how long we stay at the lake, I might just set up camp over there instead tonight. Come on, let's go. Now let's just figure out how the heck to get up to the lake. Oh, there's like a hiking trail right over here. Perfect. I don't know if at one point this had vehicle access all the way up to the lake. On Onyx, it seems like there's a trail, but it could just be for dirt bikes, quads, stuff like that. What a freaking insane view of the lake. Check it out. For some reason, I was thinking that the lake was up that hill, and I was about to climb that hillside, but fortunately I kept going a bit, and I saw that the lake was actually down here. And what a sight, man. Check it out, there's also some cabins down there right along the lake shore. I wonder what the deal with those is, if you could reserve them, or if people own them, or what's going on with those. Uh-oh. Starting to feel a little bit of raindrops coming down. I'm gonna go see if I can find a trail to get closer down to the lake. It's a cool view up here, but I'd like to check it out up close as well. All right, it looks like we have made it down onto a trail. There's an actual hiking trail. I wonder where it comes from. It comes from back over there somewhere. Surprise, surprise, Kaya immediately gets into the water. Who would have guessed? This dog in the water, man. Can't keep her out of it. This totally looks like this would be a perfect spot to pitch a couple tents. So I'm assuming this is probably a camp spot of some sort. Oh yeah, we got a fire ring right there. So definitely people backpacking in this area. Not a bad spot for it. So this one is the Hetherington Lodge. In memory of Wally Hetherington, Scoutmaster Troop, 1929, 1946. This one here is the Sylvius Lodge. So seeing as the doors are totally blocked off, I don't think that you could actually rent these. If I had to guess, they're just like commemorative buildings that were in use once upon a time, and it looks like they are no longer in use. But pretty cool that they just left them here. They seem to be in pretty good shape too if they just sit here. But there are campfire rings around the area, so it seems like people might come around here to camp. I don't know. I guess it'll be something that I look into once I get out of here and I have internet service. There's one more structure over here that we'll take a look at. Pretty cool area though, look at that. Nice large fire ring over here. This would be a killer spot to come camp. You could literally have like a huge group camp trip over here. Last one is the Link Lodge. This one is in memory of Autolink, 1933 to 1961. Wow, only 28 years old. This one's got all kinds of locks all over the doors. You see that? There's like 3 locks on both sides, 4 in the middle there. The roof almost looks like it was built not long ago. It almost looks brand new. I wonder if they came in and did some kind of like renovations on these. But that roof looks way too nice for a building that's not in use. If you look around over here, there's all of these tree stumps that have been what looks to be freshly chopped. So I'm guessing this whole area is like a camp that was in use not long ago. Probably just ended for the season. As cool as these cabins are, I think it's time to start heading back to our own cabin so we could go find a spot to camp for the night. I'll probably either just stay at the same spot that I did last night, or I might also check out that spot that I pointed out along the way over here. Either way, this was a pretty cool stop, and I'll definitely look more into the history of these cabins later tonight. Now I'm very intrigued about what exactly goes down around here. We got a bit of a trek back to the cabin. up this big hill. So that'll be fun. Come on, Kai, get out of there. We're going. Enough playing in the lake. This is pretty brutal. It's basically just going straight up the mountainside here. No trail or anything. Whew. Well, that was really stupid. I ended up going like way up the hillside there because I overshot the little trail here that we're supposed to come in on. It just blends in so well. It's crazy. While you're out here in the wilderness, when you leave a spot, you think, oh yeah, I'll remember this, no problem. But when you leave and come back, there's something about just all the trees and the vast, surroundings that really kind of confuse your sense of direction unless you're like really paying attention. So I'm glad I realized at a certain point we were going up, and I was like, this seems a little too high. I don't think we were all the way up here. All right, y'all, we did it. We secured the spot that I had pointed out earlier, and I must say, it was a pretty good spot. Check out the view that I'll have from the porch here. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I've really started to prioritize finding spots where I could back into an epic view, such as this, for obvious reasons. I've got this porch on the back of my rig. I might as well utilize it, right? Especially in the morning. Morning coffee with a view. Come on, so close. She doesn't catch that many of them. Is that her fault or my fault? Probably my fault. Come on, get this one. Oh, that's perfect. Come on. Come on. Oh. It's like she's too focused on running and she forgets to look up. And then she gets out there and she's looking and it lands somewhere around her. She's caught a couple tonight. Every now and again she gets one. It's a proud dad moment when she does. Oh, that's perfect. Come on. Woo! Good job. Good girl. We're doing it, y'all. It is cold in here. We're gonna turn on the heater for a little bit. Get it nice and warmed up. This is gonna be my first winter having an actual diesel heater in a rig, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited. I know at this point people have had diesel heaters for years, but this is gonna be, for me, a total game changer. Up until now, I've used buddy heaters, and those things put out a ton of condensation. So stoked about the diesel heater and stoked for the winter to come. I saw this while I was at the grocery store the other day and I decided to give it a shot. I think it was only like $1 or so. And I'm also gonna add some ground beef to it. To the beef, I'm gonna be adding some garlic powder and soy sauce. Almost out of water again. Sure goes fast when you got 2 mouths drinking it. And also using it for dishes, I guess. Sun-dried noodles. Whatever that means. This one is a spring onion sauce. Sounds good. Now we got a spring onion oil. Interesting. Spring onion oil. And last but not least, dry chives packet. And give that all a nice stir. And of course, to that, I'm gonna add my ground beef that I cooked up, which is now looking like quite a lot of ground beef. But that's okay, because usually little instant noodle packets aren't that much food. Mix that all together. Lastly, I have this Oregon seaweed chili crisp. Okay. Looks pretty good. I think my beef and chili oil are going to be great additions. That's pretty good for instant noodles. The noodles have this really interesting texture too. It's almost like ribboned, if that makes sense. Kind of reminds me of like jellyfish tentacles. That's tasty. Ooh, it's cold. It's cold out there, y'all. Woo. See y'all tomorrow. Good night. Pour over is definitely the best way to make coffee, in my opinion. There's other good ways as well, but pour over is my favorite. Woo! Bright, sunny, warm day. Now this is what I call a morning coffee with a view. So I was doing a little bit of research on those cabins that we were exploring yesterday, and apparently they are Boy Scout owned and operated cabins that have been in use since 1937, which is pretty incredible. To this day, they still operate summer camps every year out of there called Camp Cody. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check that out. What a cool spot to come as a young boy and spend a few weeks in the summer in these epic little cabins on this beautiful lake in this epic national forest. Super cool. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you, as always, for watching. I truly appreciate all of your support. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is what you want. Go get it. Go get it.